Parts of the sailboat are designed to harness the wind, I guess, but really to direct it, to move through a totally dynamic environment. We have the mast, which holds up the sail. We have the boom and the main sheet, which directs the sail. And we've got the rudder and the centerboard, which direct the boat.
I'm in our dinghy, which is normally a rowboat, but we're going to turn it into a sailboat.
Centerboard slides into the, what's it called?
I don't know, the trunk, the hole.
It's the trunk.
The hole in the bottom of the boat that doesn't sink it.
No, it's the trunk. It's the trunk. It's the trunk.
That lets water up to get your butt wet if these things It's the overstuffed alarm.
There's the tiller, which is used to steer the boat.
So here I have the first part of our two-part mast.
The mast just slots into a hole that's in the dinghy. It's in the fiberglass, and there's a piece of wood supporting it. The boom slots onto the track, and then you hook the boom up with the very simple main sheet system.
This is how it works. As you can see, it's tied on, and it goes through the block, back through all of the blocks. So you can just sit here, control the rudder. If you're falling off, let it out. If you're going closer, pull it in,
And then you stick down the sail, and then you gotta stick on the second mast over top of it, because it's really
Here you can see there's this metal insert that slides together with the insert on the top, and they lock in place.
Then you attach the halyards and you're good. You go through the hole, around the tree, back through the hole.
Oh, that's the building.
Alright, so she's rigged and ready to go.
The wind is perfect. One day I was sailing away. I knew it was the only day I could go. I took my chances and sailed far away to shores unknown. The flag is flapping over. So that's the force 4 moderate breeze, 11 to 16 knots. I need to go. I need to know where I can go. I know where to go today. Farther away.
We have the direction of the wind, and that's going to determine what is possible. This area here is the no-go zone. You can't sail into the wind. If you try and sail this way, your boat sails will just flutter. You can go any other direction, but you have to change course to get to where you want to go.
Sometimes when you're sailing, you can't just point and go where you want to. You have to look at the wind, and you have to understand what it's doing. And if you know what it's doing, you can know if you can go there or if you can't. And sometimes you can't, and you have to go the long way around.
Okay, do a beam reach. Fall off and do a beam reach. Okay, then come back.
The art of waiting is in some ways the most important dimension of both sailing and writing poetry. So you spend a lot of time waiting, you spend a lot of time sitting doing nothing, and that learning how to sit and do nothing so that the poems can find you, so that the wind can find you. And I think waiting is something we've lost touch with. The art of waiting has gone missing.
I got moving. Not very fast.
When we sort of got blown onto the dock, we had to wait for the current to settle down.
Oh no, there's wind up here!
Well, then the sun was going down, so then we had to wait for the light to come back. I mean, it's just, it became a very intense exercise in practicing the art of waiting.
I need a little bit of speed to drive.
Now the jibe will speed you up.
I know it will. Okay? I'm gonna drive, okay?
Okay.
And at some point in our discussions about this, we remembered that The Heart of Darkness, the great novel by Joseph Conrad, the whole thing is framed.
That's good,
The whole thing takes place while they're sitting on the ship waiting for the turn of the tide. So the entire story unfolds in this great period of waiting for this time when they could move with the current, with the tide. And it's just very interesting to think that if they had an engine, The Heart of Darkness as a story couldn't have happened.
The Nelly, a cruising yawl, swung to her anchor without a flutter of the sails and was at rest. The flood had made, the wind was nearly calm, and being bound down river, the only thing for it was to come to and wait for the turn of the tide.